Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudiraye. Before reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. By regular attendance in the classes on Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Guruve Gauri Chandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. So we are reading Granth-raj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the essence of all Vedic scriptures. And by hearing and chanting and reading this Granth-raj, all the impurities are gone and pure love for Krishna is awakened in one's heart. We were reading yesterday that how in the material world there's a lot of anxiety, klesha adhika, klesha bhuri. And what is the outcome? Outcome is alpa. Out of a lot of hardships, one gets very little fruit. And we all have experiences of that. And what else? All the karma ultimately, which is not aligned to Krishna consciousness, is vifal. It's not safal. Therefore, today we are reading in the bhajan of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, some Krishnera koris chhadi sansar. We have to act in relation to Krishna and give up everything else. Then, for this applies to whom? That the klesha is adhik and the result is very little, to those who are too much attached to body and things in relation to body. But does it apply to those who take shelter of you, my Lord? No. Na tathaiva arpitam tvai. Oh my Lord, Brahmaji speaking, those who take shelter of you, this equation does not apply. That means the equation changes. What is the equation for them? Neha Vikramanashaste 2.41. Little endeavor, unlimited result. So with that, let's move on to today's verse, text number 48. Navamaha karma kalpopi vifaleshwararpitaha kalpate purushasyaiva sahi atma dayito hitaha. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Activities dedicated to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even if performed in small measure, never go in vain. That's amazing. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, being the Supreme Father, is naturally very dear and always ready to act for good of the living beings. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita 2.40, the Lord says, Swalpamapi asya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. In this dharma, devotional service is so important that even if performed to a very small, almost negligible extent, it can give one the supreme result. There are many instances in the history of the world in which even a slight service rendered to the Lord has saved a living entity from the greatest danger. A Jamal, for example, was saved by the Supreme Personality of Godhead from the greatest danger, that of going to hell. He was saved simply because he chanted the name Narayana. At the end of his life, when a Jamal chanted this holy name of the Lord, Narayana, he did not chant knowingly. Actually, he was calling his youngest son, whose name was Narayana. Nonetheless, Lord took this chanting seriously, and thus Ajamil achieved the result of Ante Narayana Smritihi, remembering Narayana at the end of life. If one somehow or other remembers the holy name of Narayana, Krishna, or Rama at the end of one's life, he immediately achieves the transcendental home back to Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is actually the object of our love. As long as we are in the material world, we have so many desires to fulfill. But when we come in touch with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we immediately become perfect and fully satisfied, just as a child is fully satisfied when he comes to the lap of his mother. Dhruv Maharaj went to the forest to achieve some material result by austerity and penance. But when he actually saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he said, I do not want any material benediction. I'm completely satisfied, even if one wants some material benefit from, from serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This can be achieved extremely easily without hard labor. Therefore, the Shastras recommend Akama Sarva Kamo Va Moksha Kama Udaradi Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yachate Purusham Param. Whether one desires everything or nothing, or desires to merge into the existence of the Lord, he is intelligent only if he worships Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by rendering transcendental loving service. Bhagavatam 2.3.10. Even if one has material desires, one can undoubtedly achieve what he wants by rendering service to the Lord. Okay, such a beautiful verse. So the previous verse was primarily about materialistic people, or people who are too attached to the bodily concept of life. So what did we learn there? That lot of hard work, very insignificant result, ultimately ends up in frustration. But this verse is talking about the power of devotional service. So, na vamaha, even very little karma, rightly executed, even small traces of efforts properly done, kalpaha, properly done, unto whom? If dedicated to the Supreme Lord, Vifala Ishvara Arpitaha. So if we break this so the word na is used, na Vifala. So you can link it, na Vifala. So that will never go, even little service can save one from greatest danger. It will not go in vain. In the previous verse we read lot, bhuri. If we go back, what was the word used? Bhuri kleshaya, alpasarani. So material equation, spiritual equation, completely opposite. So na vifalaya. When it is arpita to Ishvara or the Supreme Personality. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yat juhosi dadasi yat karosi takonteya tat kurushva mad arpanam. Mad arpanam. Yeah? Krishna says in 9.37 or 36 of Bhagavad Gita. So whatever you do it as an offering to me. So then even small efforts will have a lot of result. So, and that Lord is very, very dear. So the example Prabhupada is sharing of Ajami. And there are many, many such examples. Can anyone tell any other example? Whether they did very little or almost insignificant act of some devotion or even unknowingly, but they got a very big result.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Current world, you are saying, Prabhuji?
Hare
Right.
Krishna.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. There is a story of a mouse who was actually his tail got on fire, and that's how he offered the Damodar lamp. It's a very nice pastime.
Mhm. And can you end that pastime? Like, what happened to that mouse?
So he got liberated. I mean, he got back to Vaikuntha. There's a dog who went back to Vaikuntha because he was just Shiv Sena used to give him just a little food, and that's
Ah,
why he went
thank
back to
you.
Godhead.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Anyone else wants to share similar examples? Little service, but got great result, great spiritual benefit.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So Krishna just gave a palm full of rice to the fruits vendor. In fact, by the time he got it, there was very, very few grains, but her whole basket was filled with jewels.
That's amazing. Not only she got jewels, material benefit, but she got unalloyed Krishna prema, that real jewel. Yes. Moksha Mataji, were saying something?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, yesterday I heard that there was a Vaishya who had a parrot, and that parrot used to chant like the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita unknowingly. And so the lady who heard it got, punyas unknowingly. So when she said that, okay, the bull is dying, so out of mercy, she said that may my good deeds, I'm giving it to him. So he got placed in Vaikuntha as he what do we say that what mukti in which a
Back
person
home, back to
gets
God.
four-handed. Yes, yes,
Sarupya Mukti.
yes, yes.
Very nice. So many examples are there in this regard. Putana is a classic example. She came to feed poison. But Krishna said, oh, she wants to feed me milk. There's a very nice line in this book I was reading in by His Grace Gaurang Darshan Prabhu. It is entitled Disapproved but Not Disowned. In the material world, intended good also done, people see, oh, he's doing something good. There must be some bad agenda behind it, right? Why is he acting so good? Why is he inviting, to his home for dinner? Maybe he wants to ask something, right? He may have no such agenda. He may only want to. I'm not talking about devotees in the material world. I'm generally talking about, right? It may happen. Oh, he's giving me a nice gift. That means he'll ask me something much bigger, right? In the material world, intended good also is perceived as the unintended bad. But Krishna, intended bad also Krishna sees unintended good. It was so amazing. Putna did not really want to feed milk to Krishna. It was the hidden agenda was to kill. But Krishna sees the unintended good, even in the intended bad. And same are the devotees. We have the famous story how that person, the great soul, someone was spitting at him, intended bad. Oh, but what did he see? Oh, this person is allowing me for my purification to take bath in the Ganga again and again. I'm so grateful to you. So Krishna and great souls are like that. So that verse is again very, very nice. Aho bakiham sthanakalakutam jigham sayapyayadapi asadbhi lebe gatim datrimuchitam tatonyam kam va dayalu sharanam vrajema. Who could be more merciful? That's what this verse also is saying. Who could be more kind, like a supreme father, very, very dear, always ready to act for the good of all living beings? Gajendra also said that. Bhuri karunaya namolayaya. He's very, very eager and attentive to give unlimited mercy to his devotees, to everyone. Even you just do little. That's what the Lord says. Just alpa seva bahumani atma prayanta prasad. So nice. We can, but in the material world, totally opposite. So who will be that intelligent person who will not invest here and continue to invest there in the material world and continue to get suffering. Here, in spiritual life, little seva, unlimited result. Material life, unlimited service, insignificant result. And that too temporary. Any other comments? Any questions, additions anyone has?
Even Prabhu Jagai and Madha example.
Jaga and Madai, yes, amazing. So many examples are there, yes.
Prabhuji, about Draupadi, Krishna cut his hand off, a finger after killing Shishupal. Some blood was coming, and she immediately tore her sari and tied it on Krishna's finger. And then when she needed cloth, Krishna came as sari and unlimited sari. Yeah.
Very nice. That's also a great example. These are full of examples of scriptures. In material life, we can see so many examples. Oh, invested his money in this, ultimately bankrupt, right? And we all know those examples. Oh, he took so nice care of in this family, that family. Ultimately, the same family killed him. So many examples are there, right? So, okay, let's read next verse. This is the second last verse of this chapter. So, anyone who has not read, this is the end of the week and is really, really wanting to read and who has not read throughout the week. Yes, Sudhir Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees, then Pranam, all registered to the Prabhupada. Yata hi skanda sakhanam taror mulovasi sanam evam hara dhanam vishno sarvesham atmanas chahi. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When one pours water on the root of the tree, the trunk and branches of the tree are automatically pleased. Similarly, when one becomes a devotee of Lord Vishnu, everyone is served, for the Lord is super soul of everyone. Purport, as stated in Padma Purana, Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnor Aradhanam Param Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadiyenam Samsara Janam. Of all the type of worship to Lord Vishnu is the best, and better than worship of Lord Vishnu is the worship of his devotees, the Vaishnava. There are many demigods worshipped by people who are attached to material desires. Kamaistes ter Rita Jana Prapadyante Anya Devata. Because people are embarrassed by so many material desires, they worship Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, the goddess Kali, Durga, Ganesha, and Surya to achieve different results. However, one can achieve all these results simultaneously just by worshipping Lord Vishnu, as stated elsewhere in Bhagavatam 4:31-14. Prabhuji, shall I continue or?
Let's see who all have not read. I really want everyone to at least read once. So please raise your hand so we can that way spread the pending reading sections. We only have 2-3 slots, I guess. Yes, Nandini Mataji, you want to conclude?
Yes, Prabhu. We are at Yatha Taror Mula, right? Yatha.
Yes, please.
Yatha Taror Mula Nishechanena. Dandat Pranam, all devotees. Trupyanti Tatskandha Bhujapo Shakaha Pranopahar Raj Cha Yathendriyanam Tathaiva Sarvaraham Hanam Achyuteja. Continuing the Prabhupada's purport, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Just by pouring water on the root of a tree, one nourishes its trunk and all of its branches, fruits, and flowers. And just by supplying food to the stomach, one satisfies all the limbs of the body. Similarly, by worshipping Lord Vishnu, one can satisfy everyone. Krishna consciousness is not a sectarian religion movement. Rather, it is meant for all embracing welfare activities for the world. One can enter this movement without discrimination in terms of caste, creed, religion, or nationality. If one is trained to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who is the origin of Vishnu Tattva, one can become fully satisfied and perfect in all respects. So, dear Prabhu, first, do you want to add something to what you read, Prabhu, and then I can add.
Sure, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Mataji. So here, as you know, Prabhupada gives this example many times. You know, in fact, if there is a big tree, we can just pour the water to the roots, and the water reaches every little bit of leaf, stem, flower, fruits, everything. So in the same way, if we worship Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, all the 33 crore devatas, or every living entity, in all the planets and all the brahmandas are satisfied. Same example Prabhupada gives about, if we feed our stomach, all the limbs of our body are nurtured. So that is my understanding, Madhuri. Please continue. Hare Krishna.
Haribol, and I'll add to my what I read. So, Prabhupada actually, Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtana. Prabhupada has really simplified the philosophy. The first batch that came, he said, you'll faint if I tell you all the rules and regulations, because there were so many rules, regulation, hodgepodge, bogus gurus in Hinduism. But Prabhupada made this philosophy so simple, and anybody can embrace it. And he really threw away this caste, creed, religion, and nationality differences. He really showed how simple is God consciousness, and how simple it is, and non-sectarian, because the word here is non-sectarian. And this way, he brought Krishna consciousness to the masses. And um, and then Prabhupada says here, and this is the best outcome that anybody could have ever achieved in this um, is in at this time in the history of the universe. So Prabhupada is really worshipable. And then he says the Krishna, who is the origin Vishnu Tattva, one can become fully satisfied and perfect in all respects. So not only the process is simple, but it can make you perfect in all respects, and you can really become fully satisfied. Back to you, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Sudhir Prabhu and Nandini Mataji. Very nice. If Krishna is happy, everyone is happy. Anyone knows this? Who is speaking this verse? Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param. Who is speaking this? Anyone knows? Lord Shiva is speaking this to Parvati. Tasmat Parataram Devi, referring to Parvati Devi. Tadiya Nam. Tadiya means those who are connected to Krishna. Tadiya Samacharam, Samarchanam. So, amongst all forms of worship, whose worship is Param, Vishnu Aradhanana, not XYZ demigod. Lord Shiva, who is the greatest of the devotees, is speaking this. Great Mahajan is speaking this. And Krishna also says Madbhakta Pujyadika. So you can see that here. And this is exactly similar. So if you observe 4:31:14 verse in Bhagavatam, and this verse is almost, this is like a paraphrase. Same thing in a different way. So why something is repeated? Because it is so important. That's why it's repeated. That worshipping Krishna is the essence. Okay, let's read the last verse. I think Paswati Mataji, you can read the verse and translation, and Moksha Mataji can read the purport.
Okay, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to everyone. Text 50. Namastubhyam anantaya durvitarkayatma karmane nirgunaya gunasaya satvasthaya cha sampratam. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. My Lord, all obeisances unto you, who are eternal, beyond time's limits of past, present, and future. You are inconceivable in your activities. You are the master of the three modes of material nature and being transcendental to all material qualities. You are free from material contamination. You are the controller of all three of the modes of nature. But at the present, you are in favor of the quality of goodness. Let us offer our respectful obeisances unto you.
Yes, Moksha Mataji.
Purport. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to all the Vaishnavas. Purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki Jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead controls the material activities manifested by the three modes of material nature. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Nirgunam Guna Bhoktarcha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is always transcendental to the material qualities, Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. But nevertheless, he is their controller. The Lord manifests himself in three features as Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar. To control these three qualities, he personally takes charge of Sattva-guna as Lord Vishnu, and he entrusts the charge to Rajoguna and Tamoguna to Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Ultimately, however, he is the controller of the three gunas. The Lord Brahma, expressing his appreciation, said that because Lord Vishnu had now taken charge of the activities of goodness, there would be there was every hope that the demigods would be successful in fulfilling their desires. The demigods were harassed by the demons who were infested with Tamoguna. However, Lord Brahma has previously described, since the time of Sattva-guna had now arrived, the demigods could naturally expect to fulfill their desires. The demigods are supposedly well advanced in knowledge, yet they could not understand the knowledge of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the Lord is addressed here as Anantya. Although Lord Brahma knows the past, present, and future, he is unable to understand the unlimited knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you. This ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 8th canto, 5th chapter of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, entitled The Demigods Appeal to the Lord for Protection. Thank you, Bhaswati Mataji and Moksha Mataji, for reading. So, ultimately, their offering, they refers to Brahma and other demigods, are offering prayers and again sharing some of the qualities of the Lord. So, Anantaya is unlimited. Anta means limit. Ananta means unlimited. He has no end. Namo Deva Damodar Ananta Vishnu. Sing this. Then, whose actions are inconceivable. Durvitar kyamat. Durvitar kya atmakarmane. His actions are not easy to understand. Lord Brahma, whose body is full of intelligence, the demigods, who is primarily in the upper modes, they can't understand what to speak of ordinary tiny, infinitesimal soul. Then the other word is used nirguna and guneshaya. Nirguna means he is free from material qualities, lust, anger, greed, goodness, passion, ignorance, etc. Nirguna does not mean that it does not have qualities. We talk about 64 qualities of the Lord. Of course, 64 is Krishna's qualities are also unlimited. Guneshaya. He is the master. Isha. Guna plus Isha comes Guneshaya. He is the master of all the qualities. Who can control all the qualities. So now the demigods are situated in the quality of goodness, and the demons in the quality of ignorance. So basically the Lord favors whose devotees. Why? Name dveshri name priya ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maite tesha chapya. Right? So those who take shelter of the Lord is kind to them. And taking shelter of the Lord naturally means to be situated in the upper modes. It's hard to take shelter of the Lord in the mode of ignorance and passion. So naturally we have to transcend from the lower modes to upper modes and to the Shuddha Sattva, and then transcend those. So all the demigods are offering Namastubhyam. We can also offer our obeisance. Any other comments, questions? Okay, so we will not do the summary today. Maybe we can do next time, which will be on Monday. But since we planned for the Kahoot quiz, so you know the drill. That means you would need two gadgets, one where you will see the screen, and one where you will be answering the questions. So I'm going to share my screen, and what you will have to do is go to that kahoot.it app and put in this PIN number and put in the nickname. So you'll be connected. So
Prabhu, give a minute. Sorry.
Yeah, take your time. We're not starting. We'll wait. You are our main player today. You have to win.
Prabhu, last Monday we didn't have any quiz.
No, we had. We were running a little behind the schedule, so we did for 8.1 and 2. Now we're doing for 8.3 and 4. That's the next two chapters in the Gajendra story, where Gajendra was caught by the crocodile and he offered prayers to Lord, and then Lord came to help him. So yeah, put your name, put your PIN. Okay. I hope everyone is familiar with what we are doing, so it should be quite straightforward. Who all studied for this?
I studied for Gajendra Moksha, but I was not there.
I only see 2-3 hands. Half of the videos are off, so I can't really tell your hands are up or down. But I'm happy.
Prabhuji, I missed Gajendra. Yes.
Did you enter your name? Lucky. Lucky?
Sorry.
Oh, that's you? Oh,
That's
I see.
my nickname actually, sorry.
Nickname, wow. I thought it's a girl.
Let me correct it, Prabhu. 1 second.
That's fine, Prabhu. Whatever you would like to be called as.
My parents used to call me.
No, that's fine. I don't want to. That's fine.
Can we also call Prabhu?
If he doesn't take it offensive.
Yeah.
My company, we just had a training about this. If the other person does not take it offensive, it's fine. If the other person feels bad, then we should not do. Who else is pending? Raise your hand if you're finding issues connecting.
Where is Sudhir Prabhu?
There is a Kung Hu there.
Rama.
Hi, hi. Aha. Okay, shall we start? Is anyone having difficulties in connecting? Okay, then we'll start.
Total participants 18. Okay.
All the best to everyone for the quiz, and I see kids are also excited. So we have 13 questions. Okay. You have to answer correctly and quickly. Now, everyone answered correctly. That Gajendra was king in the Dumna. Nice. Nandini Mataji signed off, I guess. You can't see her. Okay, Gajendra then offered prayers to whom? Which he had learnt in his previous birth. Whom did he offer prayers to? Brahma, Shiva, Krishna, all of them. All of them. No, that's not correct. He offered to Lord Krishna. He was very, very focused whom he has to offer. Number 3, Gajendra completely surrendered to the Lord and repeatedly glorified the Lord and prayed for what? He prayed for release from material life, eternal liberation from the covering of ignorance, not to live any longer, being freed from the mouth of crocodile. What did he pray for? Yes, it's a tricky one. The answer is all of the above. He prayed, he doesn't want to live anymore. He's released from material life and ultimately liberation from the covering of ignorance. Let's see, let's move up. Well, thus offering prayers, Gajendra did not invoke what? To save. Yes, answer is he did not. He was only focused on the lotus feet of Lord Kṛṣṇa. Gajendra was forcefully captured by the crocodile in the water. He was feeling pain. When he saw Lord Narayana, what happened? What did he do when he saw Lord Narayana? He forgot his pain. What did he do? A painkiller or something? He took the lotus flower because that's what he could do. He found a lotus and took that and offered to Kṛṣṇa. After saving Gajendra from the fingers. Wow, we got a variety of responses. Lord saved the crocodile, severed the crocodile's mouth from its body, forgave the crocodile. Well, it was good. The chakra severed the crocodile's mouth from its body, right? Okay, Kṛṣṇa is coming up. Kṛṣṇa is on fire. The crocodile was actually the best of the king when there was who had been cursed by Devala Muni. So who was the crocodile in his previous birth? He was a Gandharva king. What was his name? Hi, hi, hoo hoo, Harsha, Indradumna, ha ha. Hoo hoo, wow, that's nice. What's that? Okay, 5, 6 more questions. Having been favored by the causeless mercy of the Lord, the crocodile, what happened to him? It's a tricky one. So he regained the form, yes, that's correct. And then he offered prayers as well after circumambulating and was free from the sinful reaction. So the answer is all of the above. Kirtinaji climbed up. Krishna also climbed up. Nice. Last 5 questions. What happened to Gajendra by the touch of the Lord? He was freed from all material ignorance and received. What kind of mukti did he receive? Sayujya, Salokya, Sarupya, or Samipya? Sarupya. What is Sarupya mukti? Who knows? Who knows all these 4 types of muktis?
Sarupya Mukti means who will get the same form of as Lord, 4-handed form of Lord.
Nice. Anyone else wants to share any other type?
Prabhu, Salokya means they can stay with the Lord in his abode.
Nice.
Prabhuji, Sayujya Mukti is getting the association of Lord, like how we see in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Sayujya is actually merging.
Impersonal liberation.
Yeah.
Impersonal. Samipya is the Samip.
Yeah.
Closeness. Proximity. Yes. Okay, very nice. So Gajendra got Sarupya Mukti. Okay. Last 4 questions. Who was Gajendra cursed by in the previous life? Which sage cursed him? Devala, Agastya, Durvasa, Angira. Agastya. Well, Devala was cursed. Devala cursed whom?
The Gandharva.
Who? Yes, it's a tricky question. Okay. And why was he cursed? Why was King Indradumna cursed? Who knows that answer?
Because he was completely absorbed in the Supreme Lord he was offering prayers, completely absorbing himself, and he ignored Agastya Muni. That's why he didn't curse.
Yeah, he unintentionally ignored. Yeah. Okay. Last 3 questions. Although Gajendra had the elephant body because of call to offer worship and prayers. How could he recall the prayers? That's the question. Because he did bhakti. Whatever we practice, we will recall. He practiced bhakti in previous life. And that's why he was able to recall.
Prabhuji, should be all of the above, right?
Why it should be all of the above?
Because not all of the being pious king.
To answer the best choice, bro. Being cursed by the great sage, not many other elephants may be cursed by some great sage. But if they don't perform bhakti, how would they recall? So that's the main answer. Because he had practiced devotional life in his previous life. That's why he was able to recall. If we would have not practiced, how would we recall, even if he was cursed, even if he was a pious king? Okay. Last two questions. Upon delivering the elephant king from the clutches of the crocodile, what happened next? Lord returned to the spiritual world. Gajendra again got back his kingdom from his previous life. Gajendra returned to the Gandharva. Lord with Gajendra returned to all his wonderful abode. That's the answer. Okay, now we come to the last question. It is close competition. Let's see. The Lord said that those who upon rising early from bed offered prayers to Lord being offered by Gajendra. So what happens to those? What is the Falshruti in short? Yes, they will get eternal residence in back home, back to Godhead, spiritual world. Let's see the podium. No, Jyoti Mataji at 11 out of 12. Silas Prabhu. It's wonderful. From Silas Prabhu. Second spot, Kirti Mataji. Hoo-hoo. Kabu at the first spot. And we also have Umesh Prabhu at...
maintaining with the previous run-up.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Climb up the ladder one day.
We are lucky that Nandini Mataji didn't play today.
Nice. But yeah, this is spiritual fun, and I hope all of you like it. So thank you so much to everyone who's participating and studying in a fun-filled environment. Bhakti is fun, so occasionally we have these nice activities which are engaging and at the same time learning as well. Okay, anything before we stop? Okay, so tomorrow and day after is weekend. So weekend means special Krishna Katha. So tomorrow we have His Grace Ramya Prabhu will be speaking Krishna Katha. And on Sunday we'll have His Grace Gopeshwar Prabhu will be speaking Krishna Katha. So please attend, please share with your friends, relatives, everyone, so we can have wonderful Krishna Katha. And tomorrow it's in the morning at 9 a.m. Of course, everything is posted. So we'll pause here. Tantraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.